So here's my quick review of the new Apple MagSafe charger for the iPhone. Of course, this only works with iPhone 12 models that have MagSafe built in. It won't work with earlier ones. So as you can see, it's fairly typical Apple in that it's very nicely produced, lovely build quality, hard plastic here and a more of a rubbery type plastic here. It charges with a USB to Lightning cable, which is not supplied in the box. Apple doesn't supply cables these days, and nor do they supply USB chargers. They assume that if you're an iPhone owner, of course, you'll already have this. Now they recommend using a 20 watt or higher charger. In fact, to get the fastest charge, you can use lower, but it takes longer. I use the 30 watt charger that came with my MacBook Air, and that charges it up really quite nice and fast. Now, of course, it attaches magnetically to the phone. So here's my iPhone 12. There we are, very neat. And in fact, you get a sound and that symbol there. Now, as you can see with the iPhone 12, it fits neatly with a sort of bit of a border around. On the iPhone 12 Max, obviously there's a bigger border. On the iPhone 12 Mini, then it fits simply to the sides, I believe. I haven't got a Mini to try, but I've seen pictures. Now, of course, with it being an Apple charger, and this is one of the advantages, of course, it does integrate with the battery widget here, which shows you, as you can see, the iPhone charge. You can see it's charging it up, and the MagSafe battery charge. And in fact, when it is attached like this, it supplies 5 watts of charge to the phone. If you have the charger plugged in with a 20 watt or higher charger, it supplies 15 watt charge to the phone, so obviously it will charge the phone up more quickly. Now you can charge up both at the same time, either by attaching it to the phone and then either plugging into the charger or plugging into the phone. Both will work. In both cases, I believe Apple says that it won't. It may not start charging the pack, the charger, until the phone has been charged to 80% or more. You're probably best plugging it into the charger. The situation where you might want to plug it into the phone is, as Apple says, if, for example, you have CarPlay and you want to plug your phone into your CarPlay, into your car for CarPlay, and of course that will charge up the phone and also charge up the battery pack. So again, it's typical Apple. It's very nicely produced. You see it easily comes off, but on the other hand, it is pretty secure. You can move it around. There's the sound again. Move it around, move it quickly. I wouldn't want to, if you shook it violently, I suppose it might come off, but you don't want to do that with your phone. Some people have said it moves around a bit. Well, it does if you actually move it. I suppose if you were to put it into a pocket, say a tight jeans pocket, this might come off, but you probably want to do that anyway. I certainly wouldn't. So again, typical Apple. Now, of course, again with Apple, it costs a lot more than alternatives. There's another one which I've seen review, which seems to be getting good reviews, which is by Anker, which I believe is half the price. This costs £99 here in the UK, and I think it's $99 in the US. But why then buy Apple? Well, for the usual reasons. Firstly, I think the Apple device looks nicer. It's very elegant. Only comes in white, which is a bit of a surprise. I thought that they would produce it to match the colours of the phone, so I would have liked one that matched the colour of my iPhone 12 Pro here, but only in white at the moment. But it's not a deal breaker. But again, as I say, why Apple? Well, it's the best looking one, I think, and of course you get the integration with the iPhone and the widget, which I'm pretty certain you don't get with other ones. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty certain you don't get that kind of integration showing you the charge. So obviously you pay over the odds for the Apple device, but again, if you're like me and an Apple fan and you like it's part of the attraction of Apple is the design, is the style, then this is the one I would go for. One final thing I forgot to mention, of course, is that it does work with the MagSafe cases. So here's my MagSafe leather case. And you see if I attach this, if I put it into the case, that, and then as you'll see, it of course still works fine with the case on. Of course, that will be true of the silicone case, and indeed presumably any third-party cases which use the MagSafe feature, it will also work. So as you can see, it still charges fine with the case on or without.